bottleneck, building a fizzer. Both wanna be right, loose side cut with one blade in a scissor.
And a giant sea of cool podcast finally comes a podcast that kicks the cool to the curb. Welcome to Kick the Cool, everyone. I'm your big little brother, Tone.
I am your little brother, Wopsle.
And I'm your big sister, Shishi.
And this is the podcast that gives you the reviews you did not know you needed. What's up, my nerds?
Are you ready to rumble?
Rumble.
That's what we call reviewing things. Rumbling.
We're going to rumble.
Yeah. Today we're gonna rumble about spring break. Is the first thing we're gonna rumble about. You guys on spring break right now, or are we gonna act like are we gonna fake it?
Yeah, I'm on spring break. I'm on the beach. I got a drink in my hand. Like I've ever been to the beach on spring break.
Actually,
should we list places we have not been for spring break?
Well, what I know of spring break,
outside of my home.
I love the beach. I do not want to be there on spring break. Actually, I want to be at home,
right,
taking it easy, feet up,
dipping in the pool.
Yeah, the freezing cold
pool. Because we can call March. We can drop March in the springtime bucket if you'd like. Mm-hmm. It's still cold like winter, though.
Well, at least the water is. I mean, we have nice days all throughout the winter, but you can't swim.
I checked my pool yesterday, and the water is 45 degrees.
Okay,
right
so you wouldn't be able to breathe at all.
No, so it's polar plunge for the spring break. You know, the classic spring break polar plunge.
Yep.
The classic. Age old.
Everybody knows that one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Wopsle, have you ever gone on spring break and done anything anywhere? Do you have anything at all to say about spring break?
Well, most of my spring breaks for the last 20 years have included a trip with those pesky high schoolers. And so that's what I'm on a trip to help a campground, de-winterize, cut logs, stuff like that. So I'm always working on spring break, actually. So no, I've never taken a break during spring break. I'm always
spring work.
Spring work is what it's called spring work around this house. So
yeah,
looking forward to it.
Well,
what about you, Shishi?
Well, I used to work all through spring break too, but now since I've worked at a college and the college is closed for spring break, I have to take a spring break, and it's pretty freaking awesome. I don't go anywhere, but I don't want to go anywhere, so it's perfect.
Do you so we're talking about at home. Are we including some binge watching, maybe some binging of Netflix or whatnot?
I was going to point out that I remember whenever I was younger, spring break always meant I was so pumped because I got to sit at home and watch MTV's Spring Break.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got to watch people roughly my age, a little bit older, having the time of their lives. And I just sat there and ate Doritos and enjoyed it. And that was spring break. Watching other people have a spring break. Classic.
Yeah, I think it's less meaningful when you're an adult. Just because it's life, you still got to live your life. So when you're a kid, you get off of school, you get to sit around and eat Doritos. You choose the daytime television show of your liking. Mine was Another World and General Hospital.
Right.
Days of Our Lives sometimes.
You guys remember that NBC show called Passions? That was a soap opera. A couple of spring breaks, I got real into Passions, man.
Okay. And I think they time their storylines to coincide with the spring break time because it seems like that's when all the exciting stuff happens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's like sweeps week for them, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's home. It's not just the people that are homesick, eating chicken noodle watching them. Now it's everybody's home watching them.
They got to get those kids hooked early on their stories. Got to watch them stories.
Shouldn't spring break be in April? Right in the middle of spring?
Why is it in March? It's a little early.
It's because it's like halfway through the semester. So it's the spring semester break.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
School-based.
It's more about school and not about calendar lining up properly.
Right, yeah. Sorry. Sorry
Sorry
to
about
burst
your
ya.
luck. Spring break. Wow. I've had so many good spring breaks. I just can't even count them.
Well, let's hear about them.
Well, I've never done anything on spring break. That was a lie.
Isn't that
I was
weird?
lying.
How some people go every spring break and like, we got to have a new adventure. And then us three loafers are just sitting around like, oh God, thank God I don't have to work. Thank
Okay,
God.
hey, let's get real. We were trying to act like we're party people. We're not. Here, you know what I do on spring break? Seriously, I find some video game that's like really deep, that has a lot of hours behind it, and I usually get it like the beginning of spring break and know I'm going to sink some hours into this over this week. That's my favorite spring break ever.
That is a worthy goal for spring
It's
break right
great.
there.
Yes.
I'm really not good at wasting time. And by wasting time, I mean having fun. So I usually clean a lot. I clean house. Sometimes I do some projects. I might, I don't know, refinish something.
Yeah.
Stuff. Organize my closets.
You know you're an overachiever when something's already finished and you refinish it. It's like, once it's finished for me, I'm over it. I never have to touch it again.
Well,
Sherry's
someone
like,
else
"It's
finished it a long time ago, and so I have to refinish it.
I'm lucky if anything gets finished once around here, much less refinished.
Yeah, I've got a lot of refinishing to do. I got a lot of first finishing to do.
Yeah, that's funny, She, that you get a lot of work done, and you're someone who's not very good at having fun. Mm-hmm. And I am exactly the opposite. All I do is have fun all day long, all day, every day.
Woohoo! What's your recipe?
That's my job. That's what I'm getting paid to do.
I would be so anxious. I used to be
Yeah.
able to play games, and I just can't. I don't know. I can't sit that long anymore. I don't know.
That's such a good thing. That's healthy. Spring break is not healthy. Spring break is very unhealthy for us. Because most of us are throwing our clothes around and pouring alcohol all over each other.
Oh, no.
Don't do that. Don't be that
I
guy.
have never once poured alcohol on someone during spring break. I feel like I should do this if that's what
Yeah,
we're supposed to be doing.
One of these days, the three of us are going to get together and just pour alcohol on each other and then be like, all right, see you later.
We need to do that for each other. That's something that we can do as siblings, just, to support one another.
We have to have a family tradition for everything. Everything's got to have, this is what my family does on this day, right?
Party!
And what us three do is we meet at the McDonald's in Stroud, and we just get out of our cars, we walk over, we pour a beer on each other, we drive home.
And then get stopped and arrested.
Get stopped.
Right.
We drive
The
very
cop says,
slowly.
how is your blood alcohol content 0? And you smell exactly like a brewery.
And you're just like, spring break, dude.
Sir, get back in your car and put your hands on the steering wheel. I can't. It's spring break. Well, Wopsle, let's get into the reviews. Would you like to start us off today, please?
I would love to, because I get the privilege today of being the first review, which means we've picked a listener suggestion. This one comes to us from Debbie H., who is not only a fine and longtime listener, but also one of our very few mug owners. So,
Yes.
So Debbie is the realist out there. Appreciate y'all. She, I happen to know she does make quilts and things, and she's asked us to review quilts, but this is how she put it: quilts/blankets, which are two totally different categories, /blankies. So she says
Now,
quilts,
see-
blankets, blankies is her request.
Okay.
So-
I think she's going for any flat, warm piece of fabric.
Yeah,
It's
it actually-
basically
It actually says, large hoodies, packing peanuts. No, those aren't on there. I'm sorry. You guys were waiting so patiently.
I guess we should have jumped in there.
You had our full attention, man.
I was like, oh, I didn't remember that. What else did Debbie say?
Okay.
That's a long one.
Yeah, right. Okay, so what do you think? I think, whatever you think that she intends us for us to review, I think it's okay if we just go into that. What do you think, she, about the quilts or the blankets or the Blankies?
Well, I have to take exception to something that you said before the podcast started and we were talking about this topic, and you said that Blankies were for kids. I'm sorry, but I have some Blankies. And maybe I shouldn't. But they're, the little, they're kind of like a lap blanket, the fleece, just real simple fleece blankets. Those are very, very good to have.
You're saying that's a blankie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to have to I'm going to have to say that is not a blankie, but proceed.
What is your blankie? What would you say a blankie is?
As far as I know, in my experience, a blankie is a blanket that is a stuffed animal instead of just a blanket.
Oh, wow.
That's a blankie.
I had no idea.
I've never heard of that. I mean, I have recently heard of that, but Blankies?
Yeah, our family
no wonder you thought they were for kids.
Well, our family doesn't have Blankies. Our family didn't have Blankies growing up that I remember. But now all my kids have Blankies, big time, and it's a big deal around here. They're Blankies.
Now, see, okay,
but Tom, what do you? Yeah.
Let me pull a Sherry real quick and then give you the actual answer.
Okay.
The answer, when I extract all comedy out of it and all I have left is the answer, then that is a blanket, especially a child's security blanket.
Yes. Mm-hmm. There we go. That's
the actual definition
of a blankie. So it's just a blanket, but it's smaller, and a kid wants to carry it around.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's basically what makes it a blankie, is what the kid wants to do with it. Or what a person, even an adult, wants to do with it.
Really? That determines what it is?
Well, I guess so. Because it's a kid's security blanket.
Now, Wopsle, you're saying that it's a stuffed animal?
I mean, like, nobody covers up with their blankie, right? Like, you snuggle with it.
Oh, I think.
Like, you wrap. At least that's what kids do.
I thought it was multi-purpose, that you were use it for everything.
It's kind of not. No. I mean, it's a security blanket. It's like you hold it like it's a bear while you're sleeping.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, I always covered up with my security blankets. And then I might carry it around in the day or wrap it around my neck or something. But it also kept me warm. So this is something that you don't teach kids. So you didn't teach your kids that.
Nope. Like just now, we were jumping on the trampoline. Coda, fell sideways and skinned his knee and immediately ran inside and grabbed his, get ready for it, 4 Blankies. All 4 of them. He has 4 of them. And just held them and cried into them while his knee hurt. So like at least that's what our Blankies are. No, I mean, there's no covering up with them. It is to catch your tears is what Blankies are around here.
Oh, you just melted me. Oh. I can't continue.
Oh. Well, let's go because Debbie asked this again, and she has this big epic, it might be a 15-foot wide like quilting loom. So whenever Debbie tells me she's talking about quilts, I'm thinking like, custom made, epic, like grandma's quilt. Mm-hmm. So do you guys have any thoughts about like that kind of quilt or blanket, like a sentimental big quilt or blanket?
I want one so bad, and I want to make it, but I don't know how. I don't want to really. I don't have a good I don't have a good sewing machine. I want to have made one.
Right.
I want to have made myself an awesome quilt. But I don't actually want to do it.
People come to your house and are like, what a great quilt. And you're just like, I made that.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you actually bought it from the thrift store.
Right.
That's what I would do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy one from the thrift store. It's going to be like $1. And then people are going to come over and it's going to be on my couch or something. And people will be like, whoa, what's that? I'll be like, that's my blankie. And they'll be like, man, that looks really nice. And I'll be like, yeah, I made it.
I've cried so many tears into this. when I
Watch
skin my
this.
knees.
Watch me.
Watch me. This is what my blankie's
Here's
for.
how I interact with my blankie.
Now,
my
is there a
quilted
difference
blankie.
between a quilt and a blanket?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there is, right?
Big one, yeah.
I would say that all quilts are blankets, but not all blankets are quilts.
Yes. Yes.
It's a
Definitely.
subcategory of a blanket.
Possibly.
Wopsle disagrees.
Possibly. I think I do. I think that they're different things. I think it's like like I'm doing this. You can't tell because it's a podcast, but I'm like rubbing my fingers together on both hands because that's how you tell the difference. You know, like a quilt, like you can feel it, like right now in your hand, even though you don't have one, you can feel it. You know, and a blanket, like you can feel that too, but it feels different. So if anyone,
Yeah, but they both cover you up and keep you warm.
if anyone
so
asks me
that's-
what's the difference between a quilt and a blanket, I just hold my hands up in between us and just
And start rubbing your
kind of
fingers
like
together.
crab claws a little bit. I look like a crab. I just do that for a little while. They'll be like, oh, yeah. So that's the difference.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the crab claws are the
Oh,
difference.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we had didn't we have when we lived in Tecumseh, didn't we have an old quilt that we always kept around the house and it was like always on the couch and we always covered up with it?
Yes, but I can't for the life of me remember what it looked like. Was it red and blue?
I was
And
thinking it was like
who made it?
a dark color, but
Was it Grandma Minnie who made it for us?
it seemed like it was definitely a grandma.
Had
And
to
I
have been.
definitely was made by someone we know. We didn't just get it from a
Right.
thrift store.
Right.
Someone else's
We'll have to
grandma.
ask Mom about that because I remember we had one, but I thought that maybe you would remember more than I did.
No, I just have a vague recollection that we had one and we used it a lot and it was a big part of our daily lives. But I don't remember what it looks like. Isn't that sad how we just let things go like that? And then you're like,
I know.
that was my favorite thing in the world. Don't even remember that it existed. Barely.
Well, and that's why I think that like Wopsle and them, they're doing it right. I'm sure you guys are going to have, Coda's still going to have at least 3 of his blankies when he's 30 years old.
He's going to go off to college and make sure he has a suitcase of his blankies.
Yeah,
Yes.
just keep
Just to catch
acquiring
the
them.
tears. Yes.
Now, what you should do is turn all of his blankies, take them all, and eventually he'll have like 8, and then make some pants out of them.
Hey, I wonder
Quilt
if...
pants.
Cry pants.
And then he just has to lean over
Yeah.
and cry onto his legs.
Ready to cry at a moment's notice.
He's going to dinner with his lady love and he has a feeling it's not going to go so well. Like she's going to break up with him. He's going to wear those pants.
Wear those cry pants.
Or you can make it a cry shirt.
Right.
I wonder if Debbie has made a quilt out of like sentimental items. Like I had a friend who made a quilt out of her husband's
Hair.
old shirts. No, her husband passed away. She got his t-shirts out of the closet and made a quilt out of them, or had someone make
That's
a quilt
cool.
out of them.
Yeah, she has made some. She's made some for us. I know she's made a ton of those. We have probably 4 t-shirt quilts here.
Oh, that's neat.
So next time you come
See,
over,
I
I'll-
want to
I'll-
have done that so bad.
like Amy, so Amy graduated. She was big into her sorority. So when she graduated college, she doesn't want to wear her sorority shirts anymore. So she made
Yeah.
a big t-shirt quilt out of them. So now we have a t-shirt quilt of her sorority times.
Super cool.
Yeah, that's neat.
Quilts almost always carry something sentimental, don't they? Like you know, almost everyone knows who made it at least, or they're made up of something that matters. Whereas blankets, a lot of blankets, can be comfy, but that's just another blanket.
Yeah, a blanket
blanket.
though is so non-personal. You know what I mean? It's just it's any generic blanket. There's a million of them, but both a blankie and a quilt seem to carry a little bit more of a personal, attachment.
Yeah, very good observation.
Well, and
true.
blankies have names, Blankies,
Yeah, oh yeah.
like some people call them wubby, or around here, Coda's first one was green. Then we needed another one and couldn't find a green one, so we brought he called it greenie. Then we bought a gray one, and we were like, this is going to be smoky, right? We've got greenie and smoky. Well, guess what the gray one's called? Greenie.
Gray?
Greenie.
Greenie.
Yeah.
That's
And so
because
then
in his mind, greenie means
eventually,
blankie.
yeah, and then eventually we found another green one. So then that was a greenie, and we just bought him the
Oh
newest
my
one that's
God.
blue. And I was like, it's bluey. No, it's greenie. So we have
That is
Yes.
so
Four
freaking
greenies.
I love
cute.
it.
only half of them are green, but and even the earliest green one, he had a green one when he was born. That one's not even green anymore anyway. So it's like all rules are out the window.
Oh my gosh.
It's just greenie, whatever it is.
That is so
And that-
precious.
Now he's going to teach his kids that every blanket is called greenie.
Yeah, that's going to be a
Every-
greenie. And his daughter's going to have a pink flowery blanket, and he's going to say, "Where's your greenie?"
Where's your greenie?
Oh my gosh. That is
I
so
love
This
it.
might be the most profound thing we've landed on. That in order of sentimentalness, it goes blankets first, and then quilts, and then blankies, from least to most sentimental.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
big stuff right there. Yeah.
Nice.
And we didn't grow up with blankies or any quilts hardly, other than the one that we don't know where it went. So
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
closest thing I had to that, probably the closest thing Wopsle had to that was his glowworm. The closest thing I had to that was my electric blanket, which was when you're talking about getting something nice and comfy and ooey gooey, your electric blanket is not the place to go. It's filled, see, with all these very
Wires
hard
and things.
and yeah,
Yeah, but it kept you warm.
yeah,
not very ooey gooey though.
No.
Not ooey gooey.
I had a lot of stuffed animals.
Yeah, they multiply when you're not looking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we obviously, I think, have covered all the ground that Debbie expected us to cover, but she also, I'm sure, would like us to rate quilts, blankets, and blankies. So, Shishi, what do you rate this topic?
I'm going to have to rate quilts/blankets and blankies. 4 out of 5 quilts I will have made.
I love present, past, future tense. All three tenses together is really impressive. It's very poetic and aspirational. Okay, Tone, what do you rate? What do you rate this topic?
I rate this topic 4 out of 5 greenies. Yay, greenies.
We
I
have
love the
4,
greenies.
and the 5th one's on its way, almost certainly. All right. Well, I'm with you.
By the
Tone.
way, real quick, Wopsle, you need to challenge yourself. You need to challenge your household to make sure that the greenie is the furthest thing from green you can imagine. Like I don't know if you go rainbow style on it or what, but
yeah,
like
we don't have
opposite of
patterns
green.
yet. Yeah,
Tie-dye.
we don't have any patterns. Yeah,
yes.
That's a good. I will have purchased a crazy one in the future, and I will let y'all know.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Well, I'm kind of with you, Tone. I'm going to have to rate it kind of in that same vein. I'm going to say blankets, quilts, and blankies. I rate 33 wubbies, 13 pinkies, a couple of greenies, 13 and a half smokies, a pinky, and a stinky.
My favorite rating that we've ever done on this podcast, right there.
I wanted to cover what anybody listening could have possibly called their blankie. I think I got them all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see here. Shishi, you're up next. What do you have for us today, lady?
I want to review boxes.
Really?
Ooh.
That is the most Sherry topic I've ever heard. I love it.
Feel a little shade. Feel a little shade on my topic.
No, yeah. I mean, it's good shade, though.
Well, so Tone, what do you think about boxes? What's your first impression of boxes?
I think I may have seen a meme that said this, but it's definitely the case. It rings very true in my world. You get to a certain age and then you have a collection of boxes that you keep just because that's a good box.
Yeah.
Right? Like I now have boxes that I just keep them in case I need them. And when I did move recently and I did not use hardly any of the boxes. I ended up using bags a lot. That's usually how I move is I just throw everything in trash bags and then just sort it out later, right?
Well, they mush easier in. They conform to your space easier in your car.
Right. And when you're always moving a house in a car, like I always am, then that's the way
Your
to do it.
couch goes right in the bag. You just squish it in there.
You got to push it down.
Fine.
Get the fridge bag.
But so I have a big old bunch of boxes that I'll probably never use, but boy, they give me a good feeling whenever I see them. I'm like, oh, look at that box.
That's a
Glad
good
I
box.
got that.
I'm gonna use that.
And I would ask this: does any of that come from childhood, where when you're a kid, an empty, nice, big cardboard box is the best toy in the world?
Mm-hmm.
I have that separate in my brain, like the love of boxes to play with and the need for good boxes for wrapping presents. That's kind of why I save my boxes. I don't really save them for moving or anything, but I'm like, oh, I needed a box that size about 3 years ago and I didn't have it, so I better save this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, do you guys save? I'm big on saving the boxes, like from electronics. Like,
Yes.
I still have like every box to every system. I still have my box for my Wii. I don't even have my Wii anymore, but I have the box from it.
You can let that one go.
A friend of mine happened to be here whenever they ordered a computer and it got shipped here. They took the computer with them, but they left the box. And it's still sitting right here in my closet. Like, they're going to want to come back for this box. I mean,
just ship it to them. Just ship them an empty box.
Their box. Just put a label on it. It's good to go.
Here's your box. I know you're going to want this.
Yeah, and if we have to move one more time and Amy watches me pack a box full of empty boxes again, I don't think I'm going to make it through another move with them. She keeps on really side-eyeing me hard over packing old boxes. She got a hair straightener in like year 2 of our marriage, a Chi hair straightener.
The Chi, I remember the cheese straightener.
Yeah, the cheese straightener. Still got that box. Just, straightener's long gone. Still got that box.
Oh, now I got to get up in my closet and see how many boxes I have of things I don't have anymore because I know there's some.
Right.
Yeah. Don't know what my deal is.
I love boxes of all kinds, and I've not just cardboard boxes, but I have this box that is my. Tony might remember this. At Wopsle, you might remember it too. I don't know how long it was with us, but it's carved wood. And it was one of our grandparents, and it has a picture on the top. And I've seen this box in other places, so I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who know what I'm describing. But it has a little latch, and it's just really old, and it had a mirror in it at one time. But it's just boxes can hold so many good things. I have my keepsakes in there,
Keepsakes.
So the thing I like about boxes is the things that you can put in there. I think,
Yeah.
like your cat. Your cat wants to get in a box. You know that he does.
Cats love boxes. Yeah.
Cats love boxes. Go look at Maru, the cat who likes to fit in boxes. So, could you see? Sometimes I like to fit in boxes.
Well, I would always like to. It's never going to happen. They don't make boxes that big for me. But
You have to go in butt first.
Now and then, what about like big? We were talking about big cardboard boxes that are like you can, a kid could get inside and turn into a spaceship. Along that same line, if you have a big box but it's made of wood, it's called a trunk.
Yes,
That's kind of like a box, right? I love trunks.
Yep, have one of those too. It's got all my pictures in it.
Yeah, our mom loved boxes. I remember, sometimes like. You say you like a thing, and then people get it in your head that for some reason that's the only thing that you like. And so for several years, I bought every birthday, every Mother's Day, I bought mom some little kind of box that then would sit on the TV and hold, nuts and bolts and paper clips and pennies.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she really did or if I just stuck on it. But I remember, finding every little cool wooden box that, had some kind of cool mechanism or like hidden compartment. I bought her so many boxes.
Oh, man. I love boxes. Hey, well, let me ask you this. What if it's not a square shape or a rectangular shape? I had It's still a box because we had a little container for Tooth Fairy, and it was shaped like a Tooth Fairy, but then you just kind of tilted back the top and it opened up. But we called it the tooth box. Is that okay?
That's interesting.
Did we make a mistake calling it a box when it wasn't a box shape?
Yeah, does that really qualify as a box?
A jewelry box, maybe that's not shaped like a, I mean, I think now any container can be called a box.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Hat boxes are round.
That's
Okay.
true.
Well, I just answered my own question.
You did. You certainly did. Would you like me and Wopsle to just like hang out for a minute while you talk? Because you're going to fix all the world's
Figure it
problems.
out, yeah.
Sometimes my lists come in handy. Can answer my questions with that. Well, anyway, I love boxes. I love watching animals try to fit in boxes. I love to watch kids playing with boxes. It's something magical about a container that can fit anything. You can put anything in a box.
There's no rules. There's
no
nobody
rules.
coming back and checking on you.
No
It's
rules.
great. Can I tell you the downside of a box?
Oh, no.
We're nothing if we're not thorough around here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true.
I've got a neighbor who moved in recently, and they got a ton of big boxes. They got everything delivered in these big boxes. And they knew we had littler kids, so they gave us all their big boxes. So we had a race car for about a month and a half. We had, like a castle. We set up a snow cone stand. We've had these boxes in about every different kind of shape and different imaginary thing you can have. And it's been great.
Mm-hmm.
And all good things must come to an end. So we finally got to the end of the lifespan of these boxes, and we couldn't get rid of them. We didn't know what to do with them. They won't fit in the trash bin that goes out by the curb. Mm-hmm. And so we were just stuck with these boxes forever. What I ended up doing is I put them out in the garage and cut them. I just cut off a 2-foot length of it and put it in the trash can once a week for about 3 months.
It was a long-term project.
Yeah.
You could have put a quilt together with the time you spent cutting up
So
those
I don't know
boxes.
how we're supposed to get rid of boxes, which we just explained. We're not trying to get rid of boxes, but in the rare event you are trying to get rid of them, I'm not sure how you're supposed to do that.
I think you did it the best way you could, unless there's a recycle place nearby. It's stamina and focus.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Consistency of purpose.
Yes.
I think is.
Okay, guys, I think it's time to rate boxes. Tony, what do you rate them?
I'm going to rate boxes 4 out of 5. How to open the boxes. That's what, when I searched Bing, when I searched Bing for boxes, it said this. It said how to open the boxes. And that's the most popular search.
Okay. Got him.
Wopsle?
They also said, by the way, what are those boxes called? Is a very common search in Bing.
What are those boxes called? You know what, though? I bet Bing has a really good idea about what you're talking about when you say that, because one time we searched on dirt in my wind chimes. No, leaves in my wind chimes. And apparently that is a wasp building a nest in our wind chimes. But we didn't even know what it was.
Oh.
We just saw leaves stuck up in our wind chimes. So Google knew.
Oh, right. So you're saying I should trust this, how to open the boxes. I should, whatever it says, I should do it.
You probably need that information. Wopsle, how to rate the boxes?
How to rate the boxes? Yeah, I'm going to rate boxes 20 out of 40 spaceships and race cars.
Oh,
Got
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You guys had me in
Know
spaceships
this.
growing up all the time. So good. Appreciate
About half of mine and Wopsle's childhood was making a spaceship. Just like,
all the time.
I'm going to have to rate boxes a 10-pound cat and an 8-pound box.
All right. Well, one thing that I know about boxes, usually they contain money. How to open the boxes?
To get the money.
Usually with money. You get the money. But anyway, we need money. We're going to the 5-star review. Let's go.
Let's go.
When you're left with a stain, you're so damn fed up that you gotta complain. Write a letter, you'll feel better.
All right, welcome to the 5-star review, everyone. And this week for our 5-star review, we are brought to you by Kenny Loggins and his song Danger Zone. Yeah, what a great song from the 80s, Top Gun. You know, you're just like rocking out and you're wanting to give high fives and play volleyball.
Spiking it.
And you're like,
Spiking it so hard.
huh?
Just spiking the ball so hard.
Spiking it on people's faces.
Flying jet planes.
Flying. Oh, man, a lot of testosterone going on. And you're like, highway to the danger place. So I'm thinking that, like, Kenny Loggins, whenever he was singing it, he was like, he probably had to take a couple of takes because he wasn't sure about the lyrics. He's like, what, the danger, the scary place, highway to the scary place.
Yeah, he's like, it's tough, it's rough, like, you know, highway to the danger plot. You know, like,
Right.
I'm gonna take you right there to the danger venue.
The danger venue.
it's like, no, the danger's not on display. It's just like, it's just happening. So, to the danger town. It's like, well,
Danger spot.
Danger location.
Highway to the danger location.
We're gonna take you right there to the danger sector precinct.
Listen, I know he had a problem with that, but do we know that he was set on danger? Because if you're on the highway to the danger anything, I don't know, you might turn around and go the other way.
Does the highway get dangerous at some point? Like, is it, almost to the. He's looking at the map. He's like, almost to the danger zone. Oh, this highway's about to get crazy.
Because yeah, I mean, danger is cool, but if you're just going for like that tough guy '80s movie energy, yeah. What about like highway to the tough guy place? You know, and you're like, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Going right there to Testosterone Alley.
Testosterone Alley. You know, I bet he thought of that, but there's definitely a club in certain parts of the city that are called that. So
Testosterone
he probably couldn't do that one particularly.
I think I've been there, actually. I'm pretty sure. Testosterone Alley. Had another twilight, spreading out her wings today. Got you jumping off the deck, shoving into overdrive. Highway to the, oh crap, I'm scared. Riding to the, oh no, I'm scared.
Riding to the huge mistake.
I really regret this choice.
Okay. Thanks for the money, Kenny Loggins and Danger Zone.
Thanks, Danger
Thanks,
Area.
Kenny.
You're so damn fed up that you gotta complain. Write a letter, you'll feel better. Reviews.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the big show. How about that 5-star review? They just keep on getting better and better. My goodness.
Kenny Loggins is a big get. That's big.
That's hard to do. Yeah, it's hard to get. So we're going to move on to our final review of the week. And this week we have for you, well, I'm going to take my horse to the old town road. I'm going to ride till I can't no more.
Okay.
That is the stylings of one Billy Ray Cyrus singing to us Old Town Road by Lil Nas X. And that is our review, our final review of the day.
Finally.
We're going to read these lyrics.
Finally. People have been saying, like, when are they going to get around to Old Town Road? And so...
Well, the great thing is what we
done.
did is we looked at it when it was very popular and we said, okay, well, we got to wait for it to simmer down a little bit. We got to wait for it to cool. And
We want people to
once it
forget
cooled off-
completely about this song before we review it.
I mean, it's been long enough now that when people see it, they're like, what is that? Old Town Road. What is that?
It's an old song.
So what we're going to do, I'm sure you guys remember the first time we did this with a song, which of course was, what was it? Which was Bust a Move. The second time we did it, I believe, was the Bee Gees.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Staying Alive.
Staying Alive, yeah. So
Yeah, we broke that completely down.
we did. So here we go. We're gonna get into this. I'm gonna start reading, and I'll stop whenever you guys feel free to jump in and stop me. I got, I have no plans here.
I just need to have a disclaimer here that I have not ever listened to the lyrics. I know the chorus a little bit, but this is going to be all new for me. So I'm coming into this with eyes wide open.
Now, I am pretty close to the same. I know the chorus, and that's pretty much it. And I know that at one point he says, which is already one of my favorite lyrics, he says, Wrangler on my booty. And talking about his jeans. And so I think that is hilarious.
Or his
and
friend.
that made me want to,
His friend, the Wrangler.
Billy Bob on my booty. All right, here we go. I'm going to take my horse to the old town road. I'm going to ride till I can't no more. Okay.
That's a goal.
Yeah, already I inferred that he meant I'm going to ride for a pretty long time. But that's not what the words say.
Right. We don't know how long this is actually going to be.
Ride till he can't do it anymore.
He's just taking the
Poor
horse.
guy.
He didn't say he was going to ride the horse.
That's true.
And then
he's gonna walk his horse down to the old town road, and then he's gonna start riding, and he's gonna ride until he can't anymore.
Okay.
Then he's gonna
till death.
So now this is gonna blow your mind how smart and funny these lyrics are. Check this out. I got horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Yeah, wait. What is he talking about? He's got the horses in the back. Back of where? All right.
You can't ride horses that are in the back. Like horses are either you're either riding the horse or the horse is pulling a carriage. What's the horse doing in the back? What could he possibly
Pushing your cart?
have meant? Yeah, horses don't push things.
See, that's because he's just walking him down the street.
Okay,
He's walking him.
He's got the reins and he's walking,
Yeah.
and the horses are in the back.
You don't
behind
say
him.
you don't say I got something in the back when you're just pulling a horse. I got a couple of horses back there. Oh, you mean right standing on your back of your foot? Right
They're
behind you?
in the wagon, and he's pulling the wagon. They're in the wagon.
Okay. So the horses are in the wagon, and Lil Nas X and Billy Ray Cyrus are pulling the wagon. Mm-hmm. I got it. Okay. So I got the horses in the back.
That's the only thing that
the
makes
horse
sense.
tack is attached. Mm-hmm. Hat is matte black.
Cool.
Got the boots that black to match.
Awesome. Fashionable.
Looking so cool, like just the coolest
Right
now.
And pulling that wagon with his black hat and his black boots.
Now he flips the script on us a little bit here.
Uh-oh.
Riding on a horse, ha.
Oh, see, he's making a joke.
He's like, can you imagine?
He was funning us.
Get it? Riding on a horse, get it? Riding on a horse, ha! You can whip your Porsche.
Okay, well,
I've been in the valley.
that's
So
You
help
ain't been
anything?
up off the porch now.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Wopsle?
he does not say Porsche, but I can see as you read the lyrics that why would that ha be there unless he's trying to rhyme it with Porsche, which I can't answer why that ha is there because he doesn't say Porsche.
Doesn't say Porsche?
He says Porsche.
But he's rhyming. He's got to rhyme with porch too.
Porch now.
Why did he put that ha in there? Because he's making a
So
joke.
I don't even remember hearing it. I love the thought of he said ha because he's telling a joke. He basically said LOL.
Riding on a horse, lol. You can whip your Porsche.
So riding on a horse, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley. You ain't been up off the porch. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
You know, it'd be
I'm done.
easier.
You can't.
It'd be easier
tell
if
me
you let the
nothing.
horses out of the wagon and they pulled the wagon. That would be easier. No, you
But
can't tell
wonder-
him nothing.
But you can't tell him. You cannot tell him that. Nobody can tell him that.
Dude, I want to tell Lil Nas X so bad that he doesn't have to pull those horses around in that wagon. He's not having it.
I can see he's going through town, he and Billy Ray, and people are looking out of the saloon swinging doors, seeing them pull those horses. And they're like, I'm going to go tell him. Like, no. And finally he walks out there and he's like, hey, Lil Nas. And he's like, nope, can't nobody tell me nothing. Nope, nobody can't
his
tell
fingers in
me
his ears.
nothing. I'm pulling these horses till I can't no more.
Wopsle, could you do us a favor and read the next section there?
Well, it's so great because we've established how fly he looks, right? He's matted black head to toe. He's pulling these horses, so he's looking ripped and good through the middle of town. And so the next line is riding on a tractor.
Oh, okay.
Which, if you're pulling horses, it's better to do so from a tractor.
With a tractor. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what he's riding till he can't no more, I guess. Just going to pull him horses till he runs out of gas.
And then he says, so riding on a tractor, lean all in my bladder.
What does that mean?
Lean.
Lean.
Is he leaning on his bladder? Is he skinny? Is his bladder flat because he peed? Or is he...
I think you remember how this is something that's always been cool. Cool guys driving their cars lean so far back you can't tell that someone's driving the car. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you're so far back, your hand can barely reach the steering wheel. I think he's leaning like that on the tractor to look cool. Mm-hmm. But he's also on his bladder, so now he's like really got to pee because he's leaning wrong.
Okay.
He's just riding on a tractor. I'm leaning on my bladder, and it's a bad call. I'm gonna have to pull over prematurely. Lil Nas off the rails. We had a narrative, and now he's driving a tractor. He's got to pee. Then the next two lines are, "Cheated on my baby. You can go and ask her."
Where'd that come from?
What's so weird? So far, Lil Nas X it says he's got to pee. He's cheated on his girl. But what he said about me is that I can drive a Porsche. It's like a reverse disc jam. He's doing it all wrong.
I think that's why he is pulling them horses, because he cheated on her and she was like, "Get them horses out of here. I don't even
Take
wanna
your
see
horses and go."
Yeah.
She,
I don't care
can you
how
read
you get out of here.
the next 4 lines for us?
Sure. My life is a movie, bull riding and boobies. Cowboy hat from Gucci, Wrangler on my booty.
Now, see, that's really pretty good lyrics right
That's
there.
great.
But
My life is a movie, bull riding and boobies. So, I mean, I kind of wonder what's the separation between those two. Like, where are we categorizing those two things in this song? It's been kind of up in the air from this whole time. So
I think he's just listing the two universal prerequisites for a movie to be made.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have those
the
two things
movie.
in there.
You've got to have both
Yeah.
of those things. Everyone knows that. I'm sorry.
No
I
movie
missed the
ever
boat.
made.
Yeah.
Doesn't have bull riding and
Doesn't
boobies.
have bull. Yeah. There's, if you look closely, you will see bull riding in every movie. If it might be in the background, it may be on the radio, and boobies for sure.
In the Matrix,
You don't even have to look for that.
There was someone riding a bull in the reflection of Morpheus's glasses. They had to get it in there, but it was really going to mess up the plot, so they just put it in the reflection.
Right, because that requirement is sometimes hard to deal with in movies. So yeah.
Now I have to just jump back into Wopsle's verse there because I don't think we gave enough credit to how he ended those 4 lines. Cheated on my baby. You can go and ask her. Wait a minute. What?
Was somebody like, no, you didn't. There's no way.
You're such a liar. No girl would have sex with you.
You didn't cheat.
Go ask her. Can't tell me nothing.
That's why she's so mad at those horses.
You can go and ask her. You can't tell me nothing.
You. Bull riding and boobies. So then it finishes up. Can't nobody tell me nothing. And then he repeats the opening. Take my horse to the old town road. Ride till I can't no more. And that's pretty much it, I think, right?
Yeah, pretty much
Great
takes us to
song.
the end. Yeah.
He said he was going to ride till he can't no more. He didn't say that he wasn't going to ride lots of different things.
That's true.
What if
He's like, until I run out of things to ride.
to ride till I've ridden them all? Then I will stop and not before. He's pulling there. You might be onto. He's pulling the horses because he already rode them. Right.
Right.
He started out on a horse and he's like, what else can I ride? So he's been riding different things since, but never returning to an original thing. Never
Can't go
ride
back to
twice.
ride something once it's been ridden.
I hope he has some quarters for the grocery store carousel, because that's going to be on the
Gonna have
list.
to ride that. Yeah, it's got to be on the list.
And this is all punishment for cheating on his girl. Go ask her. She'll tell you.
Go ask her.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up for this week.
All right. Well, hey, thanks again, Debbie, for sending in your review topic for us to talk about for a while. I hope that we helped in some way. I felt like we were asking lots of questions that you have the answers to that we don't at all. So we kind of did the opposite of what would have been helpful on that one. But if you would like to send us a topic, we would love to hear from you. You can send it to reviews@kick.cool.
And we'd also like to thank the band Bugs, as we always do. We thank them every episode. Go get their new album, Cooties, with the band Bugs. Thank you, Bugs.
I want to invite you all to follow us on our social media pages at Kick the Cool on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And why don't you give us some suggestions of song lyrics that you would like us to review someday?
Yeah. I like these song lyrics. I think they're going pretty good.
Yeah. They're fun.
All right. Well, that's going to be it. Until next week, I'm Toad.
I'm Wop.
I'm She.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Love you. Bye.
Right. At some point,
I'll guarantee you this. No one's going to enjoy that as much as we just did.